Hi guys, welcome back to your Not So Ordinary Scrapbook channel. So let's finish this, okay? I apologize that my last video cut off. I ran out of battery and it just died on me. I didn't realize it. So I guess that was time to quit for the night. Tonight I have it plugged in, so I'm not going to have that problem. I don't have too much left in this album to finish, so I am hopeful that we can get that done tonight. So I am done with work for the week. I'm exhausted. It was a very full week. But it was a good week, you know. It went really well. I had to rearrange a few clients. Yesterday was kind of hairy. It was a lot of clients in a row. But I did it and got it done, and everything turned out good, so that's good. I got all my paperwork done for the week. I do need to write up that 6-month review on a kiddo, because that's coming up on July 24th, and I need to get it submitted by next week, so I'm hoping to work on that a little bit tomorrow morning. Our town is doing their fireworks tonight, which I found was pretty unusual. Our town doesn't usually do fireworks on weeknights, just because there's a lot of people that work on those nights, you know, that wouldn't be able to go. Traditionally, it's a weekend thing. But this is what they decided this year. I'm not going. We're going Saturday to Clinton fireworks, so that will be fine and fun. We will enjoy that. I'm still looking for something to put on here, kind of something in the middle. Some of the embellishments in the Ellie Edwards kits are kind of kind of like the idea of putting a frame there and maybe something in the frame. I don't necessarily need to put a shaker in this frame, but I kind of like the idea of that there. And then maybe putting something on the back here. So let's work on that for a second. Unless I put this on the back. What if I put a little picture on the back? But how is that going to show on this? This is going to go over top. If I put that there, is that going to look weird? So I could put that sweater in there. Could do that. Then what would I do back here? What should we do? Should we do pattern paper? I still kind of like the gingham, but I don't know. Let's look through these. See what we've got. We have a jar. I don't know if I have just a small random photo of something that I could put back there. Before I get started, I should really try to get organized, because I just sometimes my embellishments take over. There's no well. Deck the halls. Numbers. So I was very tired when I got done with work today. I came home and I caught myself up on all of the notes that I had to do on the kiddos that I see. So I did that. And that felt good to like just get that done and over with. If I put that there, put this over it. That's kind of pretty. I kind of like that. Should we do that? And then there were a few YouTube videos of people that I normally watch that I have not been able to watch just because I've been doing other things. And so I sat down to watch a couple of them and I started to fall asleep. And then I was like, you can't fall asleep. You need to go do something. So I decided to come in here. Kind of on a kick of making things like from scratch. It's so funny, the different like seasons of your life that you go through, that it's just kind of funny how that works out, you know? Because there are times in my life where I've made things from scratch, and it's not really even like a financial reason why I'm making things from scratch. It's just, I'm just in the mood to make things from scratch, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to make some homemade lemonade tomorrow. And I made my homemade granola, and I made some homemade muffins. I think I'm going to make another batch of that stuff. I don't know if this is a sticker or if it's not a sticker. It's hard to tell. Maybe not. No. It's Felicity Jane. But oh well, we'll just glue it on. Okay. Just gonna cut this part off or just peel this off. Sometimes the glue sticks better if you peel off the shiny stuff. There we go. So I want to make homemade ice cream. I need to go to the grocery store tomorrow if there's anything open. But I found a really easy homemade ice cream recipe. I used to make homemade ice cream all the time. We have an ice cream maker, but when you're busy, you know, you rely on like easy stuff to make. But like homemade is just so much better. I've been so thirsty like all day today. It's like I must be dehydrated or something. But Scott's been working so much lately that it's almost insane how much he's been working. This morning he got home at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I heard him come in and I looked on that 365 app, and Hunter was on his way home like at 3 o'clock in the morning from work. I mean, they're just busting their balls, just making them work like 12-hour days every day. And I know Scott's exhausted. And this morning, Ethan, for whatever reason, he got home from work and he parked diagonal, like kind of on the grass, but kind of on the driveway, which, like, I didn't know how I was going to get out of the driveway. And so I told Scott to move. Like, I woke up Scott and I'm like, I wouldn't wake you up, but I don't know if I can get around Ethan's car, and I have a 9 o'clock client that I have to drive to Middletown to see. And I'm gonna have to set something on this so it can dry. But I mean, basically I kind of like it. I kind of like how that's like that, and then you can't really see through this side other than you can see like the border around it, but that's okay. But like something heavy needs to sit on it so it dries. So I'm just gonna set, what can I set on it? I can set my colored pencils on top of it, I suppose. That's heavy enough. It doesn't slide around and fall over. There we go. That should work. So I woke him up. He moved Ethan's car and he came back in the house and he started making coffee. I thought he was going to just go back to bed. Well, I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm making some coffee for you to take with you to go." And I said, "You don't have to do that." And he said, "I know, but I'll do it anyway." So he did it. And I was in the dining room, you know, getting my stuff together, getting the files out and stuff for this kid. And he comes in the dining room, trips over the door, falls into the table, and dumps coffee all over my file, all over like everything. I had coffee on my pants. I was like, what in the heck? I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, you need to go back to bed. Like, I didn't ask you to make me coffee. I'm like, now I have a big mess to clean up. You know, I wasn't mad at him for like tripping, but like sometimes when he walks, like he will not be fully awake when he walks. Like he'll just get up and not be fully awake. And I don't know how he backed Ethan's car up without hitting anything, because like a lot of times he is not steady on his feet, and it reminds me of just like this big giant toddler, because it's like he is so clumsy that he just like slams into things, and I mean just not on purpose, it just happens. And like this time he fell and he could have really hurt himself. Like he said he did hurt himself, but like he just like completely fell into the table. And so like I had a massive mess to clean up. Thank God the inside of the file did not get wet. Like the entire outside of the file was completely ruined. But like all the papers and all of this kid's stuff was fine. If it had have gotten ruined, then I have the file in my computer. I could print it out again and then put it in the hard file. But, so I mean, it wouldn't be like, but it's a lot of work to be able to like make a whole new file for a kid. And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, go back to bed. I'm like, I've told you so many times, you cannot like just walk when you're not steady on your feet. I said, what did you trip over? He goes, the floor. I'm like, how do you trip over the floor? He's like, I don't know, I just did. I'm like, it's because you're working way too much. I'm like, I'm like, does everybody have to work this many hours? And I said, because you've never had to work this many hours before. He's like, I know, they're shorthanded, third shift. I'm like, why is that your responsibility? Why do you have to be the person who fills in for third shift? That's not your problem. That's their problem. They need to hire more people if that's the case. And he's like, well, it's only supposed to be for like a month and all this stuff. And I'm like, I said, do all the people have to work late? And he's like, no, just some of us. And I'm like, well, what? I'm like, you're too old to be doing this. You're too old to be working this many hours, you know, and not getting enough sleep and just like wearing yourself thin like this. And he's like, well, tomorrow I don't have to work, or tonight I don't have to work late. He's like, he said, because of the holiday, I don't have to work late. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not complaining about the overtime pay, but man, and I don't even know, like, I have not checked our bank account. I don't know, like, how much more he's getting paid. You would think that his check would be pretty big for working that many hours more. But I don't know. I don't know at all. So I'm assuming he's being honest with me only because Hunter said that he's had to work late, and I did notice that he's working late too. So, I mean, if he was like the only one working late that would question it. Except for he lied to me about putting gas in my car. Okay, so 2 days ago, I was like, I'm like, why did you get home so late? Like it was like 4 o'clock in the morning before he came in. And he's like, well, he's like, after work, I put gas in your car. I'm like, why did you do that? I didn't need gas in my car. I'm like, he's like, well, I thought you had to drive to Easton. And I'm like, no, I only drive to Easton every other week. And he's like, oh, I didn't know. So I'm like, who gets gas that early in the morning? Like, why would he get gas for me? So then I get in the car the next day to go see clients, and my gas is on the same spot that it was when I got home. And I'm like, he didn't put gas in my car. And I'm like, why would he lie about something like that? That's so stupid. And then today, this morning, when I got in my car, I noticed I had a full tank of gas. And I'm like, did he put gas in my car last night? Why is he putting gas in my car? Like, why? Where is he going when he comes home? And why is he going to put gas in my car? It's just bizarre. I mean, I'm not trying to jump to conclusions at all, but it's like, you know, when you know that you won't get a straight answer, like no matter what you say or do, you know, that like he continually makes up stories. It's like for no reason. I mean, if he was at work talking to people, joking with people, whatever, that's, you know, whatever, just tell me that. Just say, I was just like kind of relaxing at work and I was tired and like just wanted to like relax a little bit before I came home. I'm good with that. I don't care if you are joking around with your buddies at work. Why would I care about that? It's just that when you lie about it or you don't tell me what you're doing and you just kind of like, you tell stories, then it makes me think the worst. Especially when there's no reason to lie about it. There just is like, it's dumb. Like, that's a dumb thing to lie about. And he doesn't even care if he gets caught the next day. Like, of course he's going to know that I checked my gas the next day. But I didn't even mention it to him. I was like, I'm not even going to say anything. It's not even worth it. Because if I say something, he's just going to make up another story. So why even give him the opportunity to lie again? It's just, you know, you just got to stop giving him opportunities to lie. But it's almost like something that you would do with your kids, you know, because kids are the ones that like you don't want to give kids an opportunity to lie. It's not, you know, something that you normally deal with an adult, you know. But then I think about like the cyst on the back of his neck. Is that affecting his balance? Is that affecting, like, I've been saying for the past couple of years that like his behavior is kind of wonky. I mean, like all this stuff that like, man, for the past how many years have I been dealing with this and saying like, I think there's something wrong with his brain, you know, just his thought process or his reasoning skills or, you know, what if it's something more serious that's like causing him to act this way? Because it's been pretty bizarre behavior for the past several years. It's just, and it seems to be like increasing, not like getting better. It just seems like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I guess we'll find out. I mean, he wasn't even going to go to the doctor for this. He's the type of person that does not go to the doctor unless I force him to go to the doctor. Like, he's been having problems in other areas, like, for a really long time. And I've been like, you need to talk to your doctor about this. And he'll be like, you know, and I don't know if he does or he doesn't or what is going on. But most of the time, he's just like, I don't know. He just doesn't, that's not his thing. He doesn't think things are concerned, but like I see them as red flags. I don't know if I should put like, I really like those hearts, but okay, I think I'm done with this one. So I feel really bad if I've like been like kind of mean to him. I mean, I don't know. Mean is a weird word. I don't know if I've been mean to him. Like, I don't yell at him. I don't like, sometimes I question his behavior. I'll be like, what were you thinking? You know, why did you think this was okay? Or a lot of things about communication. Most of the issues that I have with him are based on like bad communication skills. But I don't know if he's intentionally, like, if it's intentional or not. I don't know if he's, if some of his behavior is intentional or if it's legit, like he doesn't know or he is confused or whatever it is. I'm not sure. I mean, he's a smart guy. It's like, so sometimes I feel like, you know, he can't be serious. Like when he says some things, I'm like, no, you know, he knows. He's just trying to, but I don't know. I just never thought that I'd be one of those wives that it was like questioning these things about their spouse. I mean, I never thought that ever in a million years. I mean, in the beginning of our marriage, like the first half of our marriage, like we communicated pretty well. I mean, everybody has their issues, but it wasn't like anything major. You know, he was on top of things. He wasn't doing anything off the wall. And it's just, there's a significant change. I mean, the past few months, I've thought that things were like better. But then I don't even know, like, when you're not checking up on them, you know, how do you know, really? I mean, you can't really know. You're hoping, but it's just kind of delusional of me. But I don't think it's delusional either, because it's like, you know, you hope that things will go back to the way they once were, but you just don't know. And it is scary when you think that something could be wrong with them, you know. What if it is something serious? I don't know. It's crazy sometimes when you think about it. You're just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. But I managed to clean everything up in time to leave and get to my clients on time anyway today. So that worked out okay. To do the story, I really only have, I don't have a lot of pictures left. Well, these are the afternoon ones. Where are the ones that, there's Ethan's. I already scrapbooked Hunter's. Maybe that is it. I think that's it. Wow. Okay, I can get these done. I do love this one. This is cute. Or I could do this one. What to use for a mat on that picture? Mostly, I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow. Some days are just like, will wear you out if you let them. Yesterday really wore me out, but I mean, I felt like I accomplished a lot, so I wasn't like, it wasn't like an exhausted, like, I don't really know how to describe it, to be honest. But today it kind of hit me. It was just kind of like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Not really even like in the morning or afternoon. Like those clients went fine. It's just, it hit me when I got home. How tired I was. I gotta make a grocery list because I need to go to the grocery store. But I want to finish this first. because I'm so close to being done. I should probably use my trimmer so it's straight. So I, this afternoon, after my first client, I got home, and then I had about an hour before I had to see the next client. And I realized after I got home that she had just had a birthday this past weekend. And I always get my my clients a little gift for their birthday. I give them a birthday card, and then I have like these little gifts that I buy in bulk just to keep on hand for when it's a client's birthday or Christmas or something. So I have something to give them. And I realized that this child, they had just had a birthday, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that together. So I got the stuff to wrap, and I always wrap the gifts for them because it's a good fine motor activity to have them open a present on their own. And it's a good opportunity for speech and language to develop as well. Just, you know, a life skill for them to learn. And so I wrapped the gift, and then I filled out the card, got that together, packed her bag, because the child I saw earlier was a little bit older than her, so I needed to make sure that like the activities that I planned were age appropriate. So I did that, and then I was starving, so I ate some lunch, and then it was time to run over there. And she opened her present, and she got all excited about the stuff that was in it. I mean, it's nothing expensive. I don't like, it's pretty much like what a teacher would give, you know, like her students. You know, bubbles, sunglasses, stuff like that. She did a good job opening the present. And she could whistle. That cracked me up. Like, I'm working with her on speech, and she can blow bubbles too, which just blew my mind. Like, a child that age can blow bubbles. It's just so funny. She's able to blow bubbles and whistle, which I've never heard of a child that age being able to whistle. And her mom said, yeah, her brother's much older and he can't whistle, but she can. It's so funny. And she, like, when her mom said whistle, she started whistling. Like, it was like she knew what mom was talking about. It was cute. It was adorable. Okay, so I'm going to make another shaker with this because I like those hearts. I'm just going to do it like this. Sometimes I make shakers with this stuff. I have a bunch of these. They're basically just like what you would slide a picture in. I don't even know where I got these. I think it was a Making Memories pack of like slides that you can, I think the end one was adhesive, so you could like attach it to a page and then have like a flip book in it. But I never used it that way. I just use it for shakers. Or maybe I have used it that way a few times, actually. I think I have made a few flip books. I think I have a flip book in a December daily from a few years ago. But it's been a while. Okay, so this has to do with books. Poppy reading Corbin a book. Do I have anything that would go with that? But I had something in here recently that I got that had books on it. I don't know. Had a bunch of stamps. Books. Or I could just put Poppy read me a story. That was his little Monsters at Christmas book. Then we got him. It's a board book. It was like one of those sensory books that has like the rubber pokey things on it. Let's see what we can find in here. I feel like I'm moving in slow motion. I hope I'm actually not moving in slow motion. But you just never know. Oh. Jordan was going to come into town today to go to fireworks with me. And then I don't know if hopefully she's not trying to call me. Usually she just comes into town if she feels like it. I know they have Esme. Right now. What do we got here? There's some poke outs. It's all about cooking. Yeah, it's all about cooking. Kind of looking in my non-Christmas stuff, looking for book, like maybe book stickers or something. But I don't know if I have anything. Oh, what is this? Is there anything here? That's fall. Not really. Oh my goodness. What to do, what to do, what to do. I feel like I'm at a loss for words too tonight. Just one of those things. I'm at the point in this process where I don't want to dig deep for stuff because There's a guy with the tooth. From Rudolph. The elf with the tooth. I'm just making a mess. I'm dropping things all over the floor. I'm to that point in the process where I am completely unorganized. And it's just making a big mess. I kind of like that. Our next chapter in life is going to be amazing. So it's a book he's reading. That says 25. I like the currently thing. Merry Christmas. So tomorrow I want to start taking that medication again, but I don't know if I want to feel like crap all day either. I'm like debating, like, do I want to start this again? Do I, like, oh. Is it worth it? I weighed myself this morning. I haven't gained any weight back. Like, I'm glad about that, but it's just, ugh. I'm a person who does not like to feel sick. Ever. I don't ever like to feel sick. Like, it bothers me to no end to feel nauseous, and I mean, I just, but end of the year. Okay then. I guess that was supposed to be a New Year's card, but that's okay. I didn't eat dinner tonight because for lunch, Scott ran and got Arby's. He was up when I got up, like when I came home from that client. He went back to bed, but okay, so this goes this way. But he got up and he asked what I wanted for lunch, and I said I don't care. And so he ran and got Arby's, and every time I eat at Arby's, I just feel like I've got like a lead brick in my stomach. I mean, I like Arby's, don't get me wrong, I think it's good, but I'm gonna do celebrate the season. Or should we do right here, right now? I kind of like right here, right now. And I think I'm going to put it on the outside. I'm going to put this in here. Like that. So last night as I was leaving my 5 o'clock client, Mom and Dad were in the living room with her, and she went to the door with me, and she wanted to show me her ball. She had a yellow ball, and she wanted to show it to me. And I said, oh, that's such a cool yellow ball. We can play with that next week. And her mom and dad go, Miss Amy has to leave. You have to come back. And she she goes, and her mom goes, "Oh, don't cry. She'll be back next week." And I start cracking up. It was like, oh, poor baby. It's like she knows that is her time, you know. Like, and she loves to show me stuff. That's the thing that I love about that particular child, is she just wants to show me all of her things whenever I come. And one time I had to see her at her grandparents' house, and because mom and dad were both working, and I had never been to her grandparents' house before. And she's just this little thing. And I get there, and Grandpa's out in the driveway, you know, and he's like, "Hi, how you doing?" You know, and all that stuff. And he goes, "They're in the house. She's in the house with Grandma." And so I go in, and she comes right up to me, this little girl. She babbles, like, because she's a toddler. And so she comes up to me, and she's like got this really big smile on her face, almost like she's introducing me to her grandma. It was just the cutest thing ever. She was just like, she is so expressive, like, in her words, and she's just like going on and on whatever she was saying, and it was just the cutest thing I have ever seen in my life. It was so adorable. She was just like almost as if she was saying, "This is my grandma. This is my teacher that comes," or whatever. And it was just, oh my gosh, that was just the cutest thing I swear I have ever seen in my life. She is just, oh my gosh. When she ages out of the program, I am going to just I'm going to be lost. I'll tell you what. She's about Corbin's age, but oh my gosh. And Corbin too. Corbin's age is like the most fun because he's very expressive too. And like when I come over to the house, like, he knows Grandma has toys. Like, I don't know how he knows Grandma has toys, but Grandma has lots of toys because I work with kids. And I was when we went over to their house for the cookout, he brought me this pop-up toy that I have one similar, but it's a little bit different. His is a Sesame Street one. And he always plays that toy with me at my house. And he brings it, puts it on my lap, and he just is like, he's bound and determined that he's gonna play with Grandma with the pop-up toy. And so I took a couple pictures of him just playing with the pop-up toy on my lap. Like, he was standing in front of me and the pop-up toy was on my lap, and he, like, I would move it so we could like do something else, and he'd put it back. He just was like, "Nope, this is my time. This is my time, Grandma." It's the cutest thing. I just absolutely love, like, that 18 to 22 month age is just adorable. Corbin is 20, he'll be 2 in September. So July, August, September. He's 22 months, yeah. So he is 22 months. But he's, oh my gosh, it just cracks me up. He just has so much personality. I love it because by that age, they have developed their personality. And it is cute as can be. It is so cute. But I'd swear all of the kids that I see, it's just really hard. It'll be really hard to, like, let them go and not like, I'm going to be telling the parents, like, make sure you check in with me, you know. So I can know how they're doing after I'm done with them, because I don't. It's definitely hard. It's probably the hardest part of the job is saying goodbye. I can do 25 there. I feel like something needs to go here. What if I did? That doesn't really match, though. I need something like with these colors on it. That's not too loud. Like, that's pretty loud. I'm dropping things all over the floor. That should be fun to pick up. Well, if I'm gonna journal, I don't know if silver necessarily goes with this page, though. I kind of want to write, like, I could do pink. I kind of want to write about Corbin, but I kind of like this notebook like thing here. I don't know. Corbin climbed up on Poppy's lap to have him read the story. So that was a really cute memory. He is so attentive. He is starting speech. Jordan had him evaluated for early intervention, and he actually scored too high for early intervention. He is just kind of like on the border for speech, and he like has no delays in any other area. Like his fine motor, gross motor, all that are normal. The only thing that he was borderline with was speech. And so she had to go a different route so he can actually see a speech pathologist to kind of like get him up to speed. But he does say words. I mean, he talks. It's getting better. I think that he's at that stage where they're just kind of emergent in their speech, and and sometimes if you just like wait a little bit, they'll get to that point where they don't need, you know, help anymore. And I think that Corbin's kind of there, but you know, ultimately it's up to Jordan. You know, if she wants him to have extra help, you know, so that's her choice. He's not talking a lot. I mean, like I said, he's borderline, but he says stuff. Like he can count to 10 verbally, which is amazing for a 20-month-old to be able to count to 10 without being prompted. So that's pretty cool. And I got to see Aria today. Yesenia, she FaceTimed me. She tried to FaceTime me yesterday, but I was seeing a client when she FaceTimed me, so I couldn't answer. And I sent her a message back that said, I'm home now, you know, after I got home, and I saw it. And I said, if you want to call me, and she's like, I'll call tomorrow. So this afternoon, I sent her a message. We were kind of texting back and forth, and I sent her a message, and I said, I'm home now if you want to you know, and she called, and I love how she like puts Ari on like immediately. Like the first thing I see is Aria's little smiling face. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. I can't believe she's gonna be 1. It went by so fast. It feels like she was just born. It's just crazy that she's gonna be 1 next month. But we're getting prepared for the birthday party because it's coming up quick. So, and Grandma wants to help a little bit, so I'm been talking to Yesenia a lot, trying to get, you know, the stuff that they need, help them get the stuff that they need for the party. And I got her birthday presents. It's just easier to order them on Amazon and have them delivered to their house, so I don't have to take that stuff on the plane. But I got her a little bike, like a little, I don't know, you sit on it and use your feet. There's no pedals on it. And then, and it's white with a brown seat because Yesenia likes neutral. And then I also got her a little car. Oh, I just realized I didn't put the shaker stuff in here. We're gonna put some shaker stuff. Should we put some snowflakes in here? I guess I could. Bore. Oh, they're not gonna come out that way. They're too big. Whoa. Too much. That is too much, I think. I can't say that I've ever done that before. I put so much in there. So we'll put some snowflakes in there. And then we'll put some of those little doodads wherever they are. I'm going to put this back in the container. Where do I put those little Christmas thingies? I don't even know. My brain is fried. Sticking to me, static. There's been a lot of deer out lately. Yesterday I was talking to one of the dads of the kids that I see, because he said that he almost hit a deer that day, yesterday. And I said that I was driving way out in the country because I have a client, well, I have several clients out in the country, but this one client way out in the country, and there's a deer that was running parallel to me on the road, and I had to go really, really slow because I was so afraid that it was gonna just dart out in front of me. And with my little car, my little car would be toast if I hit a deer. Not a good combination for sure. Few little elves. That should work. Okay, we're gonna put a sprinkle of these in here. Too. I have lots of little beads, but I don't feel like digging them out. It's stuck. There's a couple pieces that are flying all over. There we go. Then I just need to put, oh, one more. Get in there. So when I go to the store tomorrow, one of my clients is expecting a baby. Well, actually, two of my clients are expecting babies, but one is due next month. And the parent is, not the child. So I need to get a baby gift for her. She's having a boy. So I can bring it to the next session. And then I need to get another gift for the little girl that's been sick for almost a month. So I can bring that to her. Because usually if one of the kiddos has been like really sick, because some of the kids that I see are not well at all. They have lots of medical problems. And so like when they're in the hospital and stuff are really sick, I always bring them something or mail it to them. As I get well, you know. And if mom is expecting, you know, I always like get something, not you know, huge, just a small gesture saying that I'm thinking about them and, you know, wishing them well and all that stuff. It's just something I do. So I want to pick those up when I go to the store. I'm thinking of just getting like a little baby outfit for the baby, and then maybe some like one of those medical kits that you can buy that have like all the little like essential little things that you need for a baby. I think I'm gonna get one of those because I don't know what kind of bottles she uses. I don't know what kind of, like, I know she has a bunch of diapers because she's got most of the stuff set up already. So I know she has all the equipment from when her other child was a baby, because he's only 1. He's not even 2 yet. So he's almost 2, I think, or he will be 2 soon. But so it's always nice to get like a new outfit for the baby, because that's always fun, you know, a new outfit or a new blanket, a new receiving blanket. I really like the muslin blankets, so I might get her a muslin blanket and a little outfit or something. I'll have to look and see. I wish we had more of an option than just Walmart, because Walmart is not my favorite place to shop. I don't particularly care for Walmart all that much. I could do that. And this has got like... Okay, so Hunter bought the shirt for Ethan. He thought it was funny. Like from the kids. Uncle, the man, the myth, the bad influence. Which is really kind of funny because Ethan is, like, he's a pretty good kid. I mean, I really haven't had any issues with him. Other than him bed rotting, if you know what that is. I didn't even know it was a thing until not too long ago when Dustin came over and he's like, where's Ethan? And I said, in bed. And he's like, is he bed rotting again? And I'm like, is he what? He said, is he bed rotting? And I'm like, what does that mean? I mean, he stays in bed all the time. And I'm like, well, he doesn't stay in bed all the time. Like, he works out every day. He goes to the gym every day. He goes to work every night. You know, he works third shift. I mean, pretty much the rest of the time, though, he's in bed. Like, even when he has friends over, like, he's either playing magic cards at the table, or he's, he's either playing magic cards at the table, or he's in his bedroom playing video games with his buddies. But when no one's over, he is in bed watching YouTube videos, pretty much. That's pretty much it. So I guess that is bed rotting. But, I mean, I can be thankful that he doesn't, both, like, Hunter and Ethan just never were, like, partiers or kids that, like, I mean, I'm really thankful that they're not. Matt was. Like, his early young adult years were very stressful. Mainly before he turned 21, though. That was more of the issue, is him wanting to drink before he was 21. And each time that he got in trouble, it was because he was drinking. So, but it could have been a lot worse too. I mean, I know so many families that have, you know, kids that do drugs and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I know that Matt smoked pot. I know that Ethan does the gummies and stuff like that. Because I know that he goes to the dispensary every once in a while and buys stuff, which I don't agree with. Just because I have a friend in Wisconsin whose child has cannabis-induced psychosis, and like, it nearly ruined his life. And the more that I hear about it, like, I hear about it more and more as time goes by. She's trying to get a bill passed to, like, whatever is causing it, that's in the THC, was not it's something new. It's not something that when I was young and, you know, and people smoke pot, it's not the same thing. It's something, it's an additive that they put in it now. And she's done a lot of research on it after her son got diagnosed with this. And, like, I was watching a Dr. Phil documentary on it that was on YouTube. It's probably a couple months old. You can still find it if you're interested in it. But this young girl, she was dating this guy. She was in college, and they were smoking pot, you know, no big deal. And she ended up murdering him. Like, she murdered her boyfriend. And she doesn't remember any of it. Like, she remembers, like, parts of it, but it was like a dream to her. It's like you hallucinate, and it's just, it's unbelievable that, like, that can happen, you know? Okay, so the next one, I have like 4. Okay, pizza. We'll do pizza next, because that was our dinner. And then all the rest is kind of like later. I took a picture of Mini Jordan because he was in the living room watching Christmas movies while we were playing games in the dining room. Mostly I was in there with him and Corbin while they were playing. But we'd take turns, like Jordan would go in there and I would go in there. And these pictures I took when I just came in for a minute to snap a few pictures, because I don't usually let the little kids be in there without someone in the living room. Not for any particular reason. I mean, they're safe in there. Nothing would happen. But it's kind of on the other, well, not really on the other end of the house, but like the dining room is on one side of the kitchen and then the living room is on the other side of the kitchen. So it's like 2 rooms over. And so, well, actually 3 rooms over, because on the other side of the kitchen is the mud room and the living room's on the other side of the mud room. So technically 3 rooms over. But all right. And since Jordan is nonverbal, he can't tell me anything that's like really going on, you know, like if he was under distress or whatever. And Corbin can't tell me. So okay. So we just kind of like take turns hanging out. I'm hoping that tomorrow we can rearrange our furniture, because I'm really sick of in the living room we have this old trunk that someone gave me. It's antique. It's probably from the 1940s, 30s, something like that. But it's old. And we used it as a coffee table for a long time, just like in between our we have a huge sectional in our living room. And so I was trying to see if I had my decal scissors. Are there decal scissors in here? I can use scallop. These are really big scallop scissors though. I don't know what I did with those. I do have them. I'm not sure where they are though. One thing I know for sure, before I start scrapbooking, like non-December daily stuff, I am going to have to, I don't know if I want to rip it. I kind of wanted to do a different kind of element, but I don't know if it's going to work right this second. I need to reorganize this area and put everything away, put all the Christmas stuff away, because I'm done with Christmas for a while. And then we can start over. Like, I'll start over making page kits for some summer photos that I want to do. I'm kind of in the mood to do summer photos. But this all needs like help, like desperate help, because and there are some things on my desk that I don't use a lot. I mean, I do have a cutting machine, like a die cut machine. I don't think I have used that in years. It's a Spellbinders, and I have like dies to go with it and stuff. There's no reason why I don't use it. I'm kind of the type of person that likes to cut out a bunch of stuff ahead of time. Like if I'm going to stamp, I want to stamp a bunch of images on cardstock and then cut them out. Like I'm not like a person that like plans ahead and like each layout, oh, I'm going to go get out the stamp or whatever, because I don't remember exactly how much of like specific. I do remember some stamps, but I don't remember all the stamps that I have, and it's just too hard. So it's easier for me to like take a watercolor tablet and just stamp a whole bunch of images and then go through the tablet when I'm looking to make a page kit, and then cut out the things that I want to use. That seems to work the best for me. But the same thing with die cuts. Like if I'm going to use die cuts, I'm going to just do a whole bunch of die cuts at one time and make a bunch of embellishments, and then use them in page kits. And I have like a TV scrapbooking stash that like I make tags and stuff if I want to watch a TV program or a movie and I want to do something at the same time. I will sit, by the TV and like with minimal supplies and just make a bunch of those. You can see a bunch of that stuff kind of in my older videos where I'm doing those kind of things. I haven't done it in a long time just because of time. I just have not had a lot of time to do a lot of stuff at all. I know I can use some of those cooking stickers because we're having pizza. I don't know if there's pizza in here though. Home cooking is not it. I mean, we did cook it in the oven. I could like use this sticker, this oven sticker, because it was take and bake. And then we did have a salad. It's a salad fork and like a salad bowl. There's pears there. Kind of Christmassy. I could put like a bowl of, I don't know. Maybe I'll just put the salad fork there. Have that be enough. Could hang this apron up there too. There was something that I had that said what we ate. Where was that? Was it a card? What is this currently? Loving, eating, reading, watching, listening, creating. So what if I just cut off currently? like that, because there's not enough room for that. And then what if I just cut this short, skinny, like that. I hear fireworks. They must have started lighting off fireworks. We aren't even really all that close to like where they light off the fireworks. I mean, I guess we're kind of on that side of town. Unless Lincoln Lakes is lighting their fireworks off. Sometimes when we would stay home instead of like going uptown to see the fireworks, we live near, like right by Lincoln Lakes, which is like its own little community. We don't live in Lincoln Lakes, but we live by Lincoln Lakes. And they will do their own fireworks show. And so we would, when they would like coincide with one another, we would be able to see Lincoln Lakes fireworks and from our front yard, and we could see the rec fireworks from our yard. You can see the low ones. You can only see the high ones up in the sky. We did that several years when the kids were small, just because it was, we didn't want to get out with the kids, and you know, parking is always an issue. Here we go. And I can fill that in. But I feel like I need like something on the edge. That looks like Minnie Mouse. Doesn't really match either. There's like these big oven mitts, or are those just regular mittens? Should I just use this apron right here? Kind of make it a little bit more cohesive. Like that. I mean, it has seeds in it, but it doesn't really matter. There. It's not my favorite page, but you know, it works. Once I get the writing filled in, maybe if I put some enamel dots, that'll help too. What color? Navy blue. Maybe I could put a heart over those seeds. And that would work. Those are pastel hearts. But I could do green. All right. Yeah, that would be cute. You cover up the seeds with that. So it looks more Christmassy. Put a heart there. And there are some enamel dots. Like I could put a green one. Come on, grab onto it. So the speech pathologist that I work with, or one of them that I work with, she just became a grandma a couple days ago. And so she texted me, like, we saw a client together today, but we don't normally just like chat with each other when we're in front of clients. We text each other. And she lives up in Chicago. And so she texts me after our session today, and she's like, "Happy 4th." And I'm like, and I said, "Oh, happy 4th to you. Did your daughter have her baby?" And she said yes. She's like, "I'm a grandma," and she sent me pictures of her daughter and her and her husband with the baby. It's so cute. The name is really unique too. They named their baby Jolie, it's different. It's unique. I've never heard of like that for a little girl's name, but it's cute. I guess that's good enough. All right, so we have three photos left, pretty much. We have all of these. Oh, this was the last photo of the night, aside from that one of Kaysen that I already did. Here is like after everybody went home and we watched Meet Me in St. Louis. That's kind of a traditional thing. So I'll probably put these back to back on the next page, and then these I will try to combine onto this page. So this will be the back of this one, and then Jordy would probably look good there. Yeah, that'll work. And then I won't use this one, and I won't use any of those. Well, except for this might be cute with him, actually, instead of that. And then this, yeah, I'll do that because that says Merry Christmas. And that will be the last page. Okay, so I need to crop all of these. So I'm not even going to bend and snap anything, because we're playing this game that we got Hunter for Christmas. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called Would You Ever, or Would You Rather, or something like that. Christmas edition. I'm not sure exactly. Huh. We are big on games in our family. I'm just going to say that right now. Huge on board games. We love board games. Every holiday, we usually play a game. I usually buy a game, or we play a game. Here. Yesterday was my mother-in-law's birthday, and actually our friend that passed away, his birthday too. And so I texted my mother-in-law. I don't know, where is my mother-in-law in here? Did I not get a picture of her? She's sitting right here. How am I going to do this? Hunter and Jordan. I guess I could cut Jordan off of this one because I already have her. I was trying to get everybody, but I guess I missed Grandma. But I have other pictures of Grandma in this album. But I text her happy birthday. And she texts back, thank you, I love you. Which is always nice to hear from your mother-in-law, you know. She knows I've been through a lot with her son. But, you know, it's just one of those things. You get to be my age and, you know, you've been married as long as... I've talked to so many people who are kind of in the same boat with me, like other women my age that are dealing with, if not similar things, they're dealing with, like, other things that are, you know... I don't know if men always go through a midlife crisis or what, or they just... I don't know. I just don't know. But other women who have, like, because they know I've had issues, like, they feel they can confide in me about their husbands. And, you know, and all of us have, like, decided to, like, just, like, you know, you come to a point in time where it's like, do you, like, like, all of us have come to the point in time as, do we want to start over at this point in our lives, you know? And I think when you've been married as many years as, like, all of us have, that, you know, it gets to the point where you're just, like, numb to it, kind of. I mean, you're not numb to it because it still hurts and, you know, and it still ticks you off and all that stuff, but it's like, you know, you think about the big picture. You're not really, I mean, I guess some people are kind of more selfish where they're like, I deserve happiness, blah, 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 you know. And I think that there was a point in time where I felt that way, you know, because I was, like, really sick of it. But then, like, when it comes down to it, it's kind of like, this is what it is. I mean, you know, when you get married in sickness and in health, you know, they're not just talking about, like sickness when it comes to, like, physical illness. They're talking about mental illness. They're talking about depression. They're talking about, you know, and for better, for worse, you know, it's like, there's a lot of worse. I mean, there's a lot of good times too. I think after you've been married, you know, this long, you come to the point where it's like, yeah, there are a lot of good. There's a lot of good, you know, there's a lot of better, but there's, you know, and there's worse too, but it's like all part of the process, you know. And you think about your kids and you're like, what kind of example do you want to set for your kids? You know, I mean, I don't think anybody who's being abused you should not stay in a relationship. I'm not saying that. If you are being abused physically or mentally or whatever, you know, you should get out. You know, don't put your own safety at risk. But, like, it's like your happiness kind of develops into something like your family's happiness, or what kind of example do you want to set for your kids? Do you want your kids who are married to see you know, their family fall apart, and then are they going to give up on their marriage because, you know, it's easier when your parent, like they say that if your parents are divorced, that you have a higher chance of divorcing. And my parents have never divorced. My parents are still married after 50, almost 60 years. And Scott's parents were married, you know, until he passed away. Sticky came off of that. So, I mean, I guess it's true. Joe's parents were divorced. And we divorced. You know. I don't know. I don't exactly know how that, you know. But I know that there are some, like, ministers that won't marry some people. Like my friend Angie, she was going to marry our friend Russell. And, gosh, years ago, before Hunter and Ethan were even born. And the minister that she saw, or they talked to see if he would marry them, told them no. And they wanted to know why, and the minister said, like, it was a church that they belonged to, like, that she had grown up in. She had grown up in that church. And she thought for sure that, you know, they would marry them. And he said no, because both of your parents are divorced, and I don't think that this marriage will last. And I found it kind of interesting that he said that to them. But then she married someone else. And she married Travis, and then they got a divorce several years later. And she's currently divorced right now. I don't know about, like, you know, if the pastor was right, but, like, I think when you have examples of people who have worked hard on their marriage, you know, even through tough times. I know my parents have not always had, you know, the perfect marriage. I mean, I know they've been through stuff, but they've worked through it, and they love each other. I mean, it's just, no marriage is perfect. You know, you're always going to go through something. And, and I don't want to set my kids up to fail. I don't want something that I do to set them up to fail. I want, you know, now Jordan, I don't know that her mom was ever married. She's never really specified. I'm not sure. She has a lot of kids, but I'm not sure that she was ever married. And she's currently not married. I'm from what I think Jordan told me, I don't think she's ever been married. Or do I want it on this side? That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Kind of like that side better. Yesenia's mom and dad are married. They've always been married. They've been married for longer than Scott and I have been married. So I don't think that there's an issue there. Now, Joe and I were divorced, Matt's dad, but Matt was really little when we got a divorce, and the largest part of his life was, you know, spent with me married to Scott. So, and I honestly, their culture, Hispanic people rarely, they're so family oriented, they rarely get a divorce. It's almost unheard of in the Hispanic culture. From what I understand, at least Yesenia's family. They just don't do that. I don't know any of her family members that have ever had a divorce. Her grandma and grandpa were married until he passed away. And then you can do games. I wonder if there's some of these that I could use that would work. I don't have any concerns about their relationship. They're extremely close. It's like the first birthday party thing. When Yesenia was talking to me on FaceTime tonight, she said that she's going through some medical issues, and so she's had to take a lot of time off of work to go to a bunch of doctor's appointments and stuff like that. And she was talking about how worried she was about like the birthday party, because in their culture, the first birthday party is like huge. You know, it's always a big deal. It's the first, and then they have their quinceañera when they turn, I think it's 13. Is it 13 or 15? I'm not sure. She would know. And of course, Aria is going to have a quinceañera. So like those birthdays are like the most, important. And she was like, she was so worried that she wasn't going to be able to like do like, and when they have a party, like the entire family is invited. Like it's almost like a wedding. Like the baby shower was almost like a wedding. The gender reveal was almost like a wedding. It's a lot. And it's fun. I mean, I always have a good time. But, so Aria's first birthday's got to be like that too. And Matt's still going to school for computer engineering. So even though he works, you know, it's still a lot. Okay, so I have determined, laugh, delight, imagination, soulful. I thought that was funny. And then I can do a little note there. This is done with our pizza for dinner. Should I put pizza like down the side? I don't know. I could do it in silver. I feel like I should have used that silver thing, but it's okay. Pizza. Oh, Ethan's up. He doesn't have to work today, so he's probably gonna go hang out with his friend Gage. Or Gabe. always want to say Gage, but it's Gabe. His friend Gabe moved to Tennessee with his girlfriend, and then they just moved back, or they're going to move back or something, which I'm sure Ethan will be really thrilled about, because Gabe is like his best friend. And he's a good guy. I mean, he's a really good guy. Okay, pizza. All right, there we go. Pizza. Need to switch the laundry. I started a load when I got home today. Yep, he's leaving. Okay, that one's done. Last page, yay, last page. Woohoo! Okay, so we have, I can't pick it up. All right, and I got a sticker on me. There we go. Okay, so we have Mini J here, and then me after everybody went home on Christmas night. And all the presents are gone. Put away. Are you of the team that like puts all your presents away like immediately after Christmas? Or do you put them back under the tree? We put them away. We don't put them under the tree. My parents never did either. Like, immediately after Christmas, it was like, take your stuff to your room. You know? It was never put them back under the tree. But I know lots of people who do put them back under the tree. Unwrapped. But the thing with that is if you put them back under the tree, then, like, if they're small pieces, you know, that can get lost, and I don't know. I think it's easier to just put it away, you know, put your pile away after Christmas. And it's just nice to just have, like, that bare. Although Scott's ladder is sitting right in front of the fireplace. All the other gifts are put away, but his ladder's sitting in front of the fireplace. Okay. But that had to go out in the shed anyway, so that was the reason. He doesn't keep it in he doesn't keep the ladder in the house. Cut out Mini J. There we go. Mini J. He's kind of our teddy bear. He is a sweet boy. I'm telling you. What a sweet boy. Like, he just doesn't. So easygoing, so patient. Patient around babies, even when they throw toys at his head. Patient, like, when he has to wait to eat sometimes, you know. Like, if we're in the car and we can't give him his tube feeding until we get to where we're going, like if we're on a trip or something. Usually I try to feed him right before we go, but, you know, sometimes, like, if we're going out to eat or something, it's he has to wait till we get to the restaurant, and you know, he's just a very easygoing kid. And we love him a lot. And we loved Kason a lot too. We always thought they'd have a lifetime together, you know, to spend together. And we honestly thought that, like, well, we definitely thought that Kason would probably outlive Mini J, because we don't know, you know, what his life expectancy is. Hopefully it'll be long. We hope. But you just never know with, you know, severe disabilities, like how long their life expectancy is. He's doing a lot better than he was. We were really worried a couple of years ago when he was having all those stomach issues. But he's growing and he's healthy right now. But we don't know what his future, you know, holds. We don't know what our future holds. You just never know what your future holds. You know, we definitely didn't expect to be burying Kason at 3 years old. You just never know. Put Mary. Should we put Mittens? Mittens. He's just chill. That's typical Jordy. Always chilling. Boy, you can really hear the fireworks. I wonder if Ethan just left to go see fireworks with Gabe. I don't know. Oh, there we go. That'll work. So I can journal a little bit about Jordy. Yeah, they're really going now. I can hear the boom, 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 boom. It's funny that our dogs aren't going ballistic. Gosh, year after year, our dogs, like, could not handle fireworks at all. But they're getting so old that I think they're hard of hearing, and that may be a benefit, because they haven't been barking at all. They don't get upset at storms either. They used to go ballistic during storms too, and they don't anymore now that they're old. I think it just has to do with, like, their hearing. I think their hearing is not good. I wonder sometimes if Scooby is blind. I don't know. But he, I mean, he doesn't run into things. I don't know why I would think that he's blind, but I'm going to put thankful for you. Oh, that's what I was going to put on that other page. Good food and company. I'm going to put this here. And then, where was that? That's what I was going to put here, was good food and company. I'll put that on top. Or down here somewhere. I kind of want to keep it with this cluster. I mean, I could put it up here. I suppose I could put it here. There. Okay. That looks all right. Okay, that's done. Thankful, Mary. And last one. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm on the last page. Woohoo! Okay, So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to come in here tomorrow and clean this all up, of course. And then I am going to do a flip through of this album. I could put black behind here. Yeah, I kind of like that. So I'll probably come in here, hopefully in the morning sometime, and just get this cleaned up. So I always get up before Scott. Scott will sleep until 11 o'clock or noon if I let him. I usually have to wake him up and say, hey, it's 10 o'clock or it's 11 o'clock or whatever. Because that guy can sleep all day. So in the morning I'll probably get up and do this. Like clean this up and do a flip through real quick. I'm not going to clean it up on camera. I'll just do a flip through on camera. I'll just clean it up on my own. Yay. And to all a good night. That's what. And I got to put all these papers. I don't want to put it together tonight because that one frame is still drying with the glue. And I've learned over the years not to get in a hurry when you're dealing with glue. Just let it dry overnight and you're good. Same thing with like liquid glass or anything like that. When you're using liquid glass or glitter glue or anything like that, just don't be in a hurry with it. Let it dry the full 24 hours. Glitter glue sometimes takes longer though than 24 hours, I've noticed. But I think they've made it a better formula than the older glitter glue that took so long to dry. I don't think it takes as long this time around. All right, there we go. There is that. And then what am I going to put here? Should I use a random thing here? Random fact. I could put it up here so the tab sticks up. But it doesn't really go like all that well. Like it's not like popping out saying, yeah, that put me here. I think it's funny that there's like Canada leaves on here. This kind of matches the stocking, so that's kind of cool. And maybe I'll put a stocking because I think I have a stocking there. I'm so glad to be done with this. Next year when I do this, I am going to do it every day. That's my goal. Every year I say this, so I don't know what I'm talking about really, but every year I think I'm going to do one a day, you know, and get it done. And so like by the end of by Christmas Day, I'm completely done with my album, and I don't have to remember like things that happened and like funny things that were said and like all that stuff, you know, because it's kind of hard to remember everything, you know. It's not easy to remember stuff. I could put cheers, like cheers. I don't know if it'll all fit here. Maybe it will. Maybe if I did like CHEERS, kind of like that box thing. I kind of like that design element. Let's do C. CHE. ERS. Oh no, where's R? And where's S? Oh no. I should have looked at that ahead of time. The other page must be in here. Has to be. Let's see what we've got here. There it is. Yay. Did not have to look long for that. Okay. Here's R. And S. And then I'm going to put a 25 here. There. Is that good? Do I want to put like any candy things? Maybe I'll do a couple candy pieces. Fussy cut a few candies. There's one. So I think after this, I'm going to take a bath and read. And then probably by that time, Scott will be home. And if I'm not ready to fall asleep, we could watch TV in bed, actually. We have a TV in our bedroom if we wanted to. Sometimes we do that late at night. We just watch TV in bed. Well, I think I was talking, I didn't tell you fully. We got a, I was talking about the living room and like that old antique trunk. Well, I'm kind of tired of it. I'm just like, I'm done with it. We've had our living room the same for a really long time. So we bought an actual coffee table, like a big square one that fits for a larger sectional. And I got it off of Facebook Marketplace, so it's not brand new, but it's in excellent condition. And it came with 2 end tables. So I can have matching end tables now in the living room. And it all started because I bought a chair for the dining room, like a reading chair. And it's like a coastal reading chair. And I bought that on Facebook Marketplace. And then I didn't have a a lamp stand, like, or a little table to go next to it, and I thought what would fit perfectly is the table that has a lamp attached to it that we already have in the living room. And so I was like, well, if I get rid of that, then what am I gonna do? Like if I use that in the dining room, then you know, and it got me thinking, like, oh, we need like a new, like, I was tired of the trunk, which we keep the baby clothes in there, like the kids' clothes for when they spend the night. We keep the diapers in there, and like wipes and clothes and just all that stuff kind of in there. But I'm always afraid that, like, Kason used to open it all the time, and I was always afraid he was going to pinch his fingers in it. And even though it has like latches to shut it, he was able to like unhook the latches. Well, Corbin is now able to unhook the latches, and I'm afraid he's just going to pinch his fingers in there. So I was looking for like a square one that would fit in our in between our large sectional, and I found one that actually came with 2 matching end tables, and I was like, this is what I want. And it was in Springfield, and we just happened to be going to Springfield. This was Monday because of doctor's appointments, and so I sent the lady a message, and would she be available for us to pick it up. And so we ran over there. It was a nicer area, nicer subdivision in Springfield, and we picked it up, and Scott was joking with the husband, and they were a nice couple, and so that's what we got. But so I want to rearrange the living room tomorrow. That's my goal for tomorrow, because I want to get that all situated the way I want it. I mean, I suppose I could use gold there. I think I wanted to put a gold dot there. A tiny one. Right. I need a tweezer. My fine motor skills are not like they used to be. Especially these little tiny pieces. I used to be able to like handle them no problem. Not so much now. I worry sometimes that I have rheumatoid arthritis because I have this crooked finger, but it's been that way since I was a little kid. I mean, I think it's just the after effect of our car accident, because it's been that way for that long. I think it was broke, and they were more concerned about other things in my body being wrong with me than like a finger. Let's see. I feel like I want to put something here, like wish. I'll just put some little words. Wish. Kindness. XOXO. But I worry sometimes because of all the stiffness that I have. that like, but I've never been like diagnosed with anything like that. I've talked to the doctor about it, and the doctor is not concerned about it. Because I'm not like overly stiff, you know. You know, and probably, well, I don't know. I just don't want to be one of those old people like that you see in the nursing home whose hands are all like this. I do not want that. So like if I did have something like that, I would want to, you know, find out when it's still treatable. Then you know, have that pop up in 20 years, you know, when I'm experienced like that. Oh, must be the finale. There. Wish, kindness, XOXO, magical, simplify, dwell, adore, stuff. Oh, love. Gotta put love. Oh, where'd it go? I could put, is there brother? I think I've already used brother. I could do mother, father, boy, girl. Child. Well, their mother, father, like Jordan's a mother, Hunter's a father. We could do mother, father, child. Where's child? I saw a child on here. There it is. Here we go. All right, good deal. Maybe give. Put that on top. There. Good enough. I like that. I like how that turned out. Just as the final page. I don't know if I should put something here to like write down. Oh, I'll put a beautiful day. That's sweet. And then I can kind of put like ending the day with meet me in St. Louis, which is a traditional thing. There, done. Oh, I'm done, you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Yay, I'm done. Okay. Well, thank you all for sticking in there and finishing my December daily with me. So I hope you all have a great 4th tomorrow. Enjoy the holiday, spending time with your family, and I will hopefully see you back here next week with a whole new summertime fun, whatever, scrapbooking adventure. So tomorrow I'll try to get this cleaned up and do a flip through of the whole thing put together, and then I will do my journaling off camera. I don't journal on camera just because I make too many spelling errors and things when I'm filming and talking, and like I have to kind of have complete quiet to journal. So, but y'all take care. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.